After presenting to you the different concepts critical to understanding ethics in the context of organization behavior and development, the different ethical systems, the different terminologies, common ethical dilemmas in organization, areas you need to be aware of as you practice organizational development or consulting, the different decision-making models, I have to admit to you that it would still be challenging to make decisions in the midst of an ethical dilemma. The definition of an ethical dilemma remains true that when we are faced with a situation, there would still be uncertainties about the outcome. We can't be 100% sure. When faced with a dilemma, our actions would still have the potential of resulting to unacceptable behavior. We would still face the challenge of choosing the best among all the good options we have. Choosing the right thing to do or trying to foresee the final outcome would always be a challenge. But as we close this module, allow me to add one more idea that will be helpful when it comes to making decisions. I do believe that values defines what we do in our organizations. But let me add that it is our character that will act out our values. Our character will live out our values. In this module, we looked at two ethical systems. One is asking what is the right thing, and the other is what will produce the best result. Let me just step back from the organizational perspective and take on a more personal approach and ask, who are we as we make the decision? The question is more on our being, on who we are, rather than on what we do. It is more about being than doing. We may be assuming too much when we say that to know the right thing to do will automatically mean that we will act on it. Not necessarily. It would take character to choose and to do the right thing. For me, my faith and relationship with Jesus Christ determined what I value and how I want to develop my character. My aim is to grow, to develop continuously, to be more like Jesus, to exhibit love, justice, and holiness in who I am or in what I do. I try to develop and nourish my relationship with Jesus to become more like Him, so that when the time comes for me to act on a decision, I am enabled by God to choose to do the right thing. I'm definitely not perfect with all my decisions. But when I think about the relationship between character and decision making, there is a shift in focus or concern. Decisions become more of opportunities for me to grow in character. It is easy for us to avoid making decisions because it takes effort and can be scary thinking about the possible outcomes. Even small decisions can cause anxiety. But if we see decision making as opportunities for us to exhibit and grow our character, when we see making decisions as ways for God to develop in us how to make good judgment, then the shift in focus is not on the difficulty of making decisions, but on being the right kind of person who makes the decision. After making decision and see the results of the decision, I can evaluate myself based on how I exhibited Christ-likeness. If the result does not turn out as I expected, then it is an opportunity for me to pray and ask God for wisdom and to know what to do next. Or to ask God, what should I learn from this experience? Whatever happens, I grow closer to God. My relationship with Jesus also gives me comfort, knowing that despite of my sinful nature, the wrong and the mistakes that I do, I can always come to God because I know that He loves me. I have hope because I know that the God who is in control of everything, who is all-powerful and is all-knowing, is also the same God who loves and cares for me. Character plays a big part when faced by an ethical dilemma. Fear should not stop us from making decisions. Decisions are opportunities for us to grow closer to God.